Have you ever tried to put together a massive piece of furniture without looking at the instruction manual? You might get pieces to fit at first, but eventually you end up with missing screws, backward panels, and a collapsing pile of wood. Building software without a plan ends the exact same way. That is why developers use something called a software methodology. It is a step-by-step path that a team follows from start to finish, keeping the work organized and avoiding costly restarts. This diagram shows the 6 fundamental steps that every piece of software goes through, from the first spark of an idea to keeping the app running years later. You have to plan the work, analyze what the user needs, design the solution, actually write the code, test it for bugs, and then maintain it after it goes live. Those 6 ingredients are always there, but the methodology you choose acts as your recipe. It tells the team exactly when to do each step and in what order to get the best result. Choosing the wrong path can lead to wasted months and buggy software. A team's success depends on knowing which set of instructions to follow before they ever write their first line of code. Think about how an architect designs a house. You have to pour a solid concrete foundation before you can even think about raising the wooden walls. In software, this approach is known as the Waterfall methodology. It is a strict, linear process. The team must completely finish one phase of the project and get it fully approved before they are allowed to start the next one. This graphic illustrates the waterfall model, flowing strictly downward. There's no overlapping work. Once you move from analysis to design, you cannot travel back up. Because testing happens at the very bottom, mistakes stay hidden. Fixing wrong features requires a massive, expensive restart. So why use it? Because this strictness guarantees thorough documentation and predictability. That is mandatory if you are building software for a bank, an airplane, or a hospital, where every single action needs a detailed paper trail. Waterfall sacrifices the ability to make quick changes to guarantee safety and compliance. It is the go-to method for projects where a failure is absolutely not an option. Now, imagine a chef developing a new soup recipe. The chef doesn't write down all the ingredients, throw them in a pot, and hope it tastes good an hour later. They taste the broth, add a pinch of salt, taste it again, and adjust the spices as it cooks. This is the Agile methodology. It is a flexible, modern approach that values continuous feedback from the customer over heavy upfront planning. Agile breaks the work into short cycles called sprints, lasting 1 to 4 weeks, delivering a working piece of software each cycle. Teams can then listen to users and pivot instantly if the market demands, fixing bugs constantly. But this flexibility comes with a cost. Without a rigid plan, teams can lose focus if the customer keeps changing their mind. It also requires highly experienced developers who can manage all that constant coordination and the time spent in daily meetings. Agile trades long-term predictability for immediate adaptability. If you are building a consumer app or competing in a fast-moving tech market, this ability to react quickly makes it the dominant choice. So, which one is better? Neither. Professional project management is about looking at the specific variables of your work and choosing the correct tool for the job. Often, the best answer is to use both at the same time. Let's look at the development of a modern, large-scale consumer banking application. The hidden parts of the app that handle the actual money and the security required to follow strict banking laws, that part demands the strict, heavily documented predictability of the waterfall approach. However, the part of the app you actually see, the buttons and menus you swipe through, needs to feel modern and intuitive. Developers use Agile for that front-facing design so it can evolve rapidly alongside user preferences. Building seamless digital experiences means knowing when to act like a strict architect and when to taste as you go like a chef. Which working style fits your personality better? Let us know in the comments below.